Hey, what's good everybody? It's Lance again, and I'm wearing the same exact shirt I was wearing before when I did the post, but now instead of the post, I am going to review the newest Netflix film, Bright.
All of the races are different. Just because they're different doesn't mean anybody's better or worse than anybody.
Hey, where's the diversity hire?
I got a dude in my car. I didn't ask for it, but the whole world is watching. Boy, it's okay. You don't like me. Man, I'm not out here to be your friend. I need to know if shit pop off that you got my back.
Bright stars Will Smith and Joel Edgerton, written by Max Landis and directed by David Ayer. David Ayer has directed Fury, he directed End of Watch. Most recently, unfortunately, he directed Suicide Squad, which wasn't that good. Kind of a fantasy, modern take about fantasy. It's like Lord of the Rings combined with Bad Boys almost. It's like a buddy cop comedy. No, not a buddy cop comedy, but more of just like a buddy cop fantasy film. Very violent, a lot of vulgar language in the film. Max Landis, his writing in this film is not the best. It says even claims it to be one of the worst films of 2017. In my opinion, it is not one of the worst films of 2017. I just want to say that right now. I feel like some critics are looking into this film a little bit too hard and too deeply. This film is about two cops. One of them is an orc played by Joel Edgerton, and he is the first orc on the National Police Force. The two, Will Smith and him, are not really getting along because Will Smith doesn't really like orcs and no other human really does. And unfortunately, Joel Edgerton's orc character is not even liked by his own kind. So it's like one of those things where he just can't fit in with the orcs, he can't fit in with the humans, he can't fit in with the cops, but he is basically there for just diversity. You got fairies, you got elves, you got orcs, you got all these different races of people aside from humans. It's like a fun movie. It's a fun, action-packed blockbuster. It was made for $90 million. It's, I believe, Netflix's most expensive film to date. And it's a very fun movie in my opinion. You'll like the action sequences. It is not poorly edited. It's typically well directed for the most part. And the visual effects, makeup and hairstyling are stunning. It's a really good looking movie and it's nice to look at. But anyway, like I said before, the script is kind of like, since it has like it doesn't even have an R rating because it's not rated, it's on Netflix. However, it's just one of those things where, you know, you just have all of these like different like lines that will probably get under your skin. But for the most part, it holds itself together, I guess you can say. It's not one of those films where it's just totally unwatchable because of the script. But the script does need a lot of work. I'm not sure exactly what Max Landis was thinking in some of these lines and some of these pieces of dialogue that I heard in this movie. But for the most part, it's okay. It doesn't ruin the film. What is the saving grace about the film is the chemistry between Will Smith and Joel Edgerton. They actually have really good chemistry with each other. You actually feel for Joel Edgerton's character, since he's not accepted by his own people and he's not accepted by the human police force. So you are kind of just like, you know, feeling for him. He's a likable character. So is Will Smith for the most part. He has like an arc that goes from point A to point B throughout the movie, so you kind of understand where he's coming from and the man he becomes at the end of the movie. They find this elf who's somebody called a Bright, and a Bright is basically someone who could wield a magic wand, and she has a magic wand on her, and what happens is that they get a hold of this wand and they are chased down by both the police, the orcs, the elves, everybody. And the main villain of this movie is played by Noomi Rapace. The film does not drag at all. There was not a time in which I felt bored throughout the movie. I felt that it was quite thrilling at most times, and I enjoyed myself for the most part watching this movie. At the end of the day, Bright is not one of the best films of the year. However, it is certainly not the worst, and that's something that I completely wholeheartedly stand by. Overall, I'm going to give this film a rating of a 6.5 out of 10. It is a fun movie, okay? You could watch this on your downtime, watch this if you have nothing else to do, or just watch it as a primetime showing on Netflix. Go sit on your couch and watch it. It's not a bad movie in my opinion. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. That's it for today's review. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon for our next movie review. Have a good one, guys.